What's up, guys? This is Coach Grant with First Down Training, and today we're going to talk about DAVANTE Adams' releases off the line. He's one of the most dangerous receivers in the game off the line of scrimmage, and we're also going to talk about how what you do off the line of scrimmage sets up every single route that you're going to run. Let's get started. So the first two releases we're going to talk about is going to be off of a slant, and it's going to be off of a fade. So let's watch this thing full speed, then we'll break it down. So he comes off, 1-2 to the outside, and he's taking this inside release right now, okay? So this is how you can set up an inside and an outside release. So he kind of takes this hesitation hop right here, as you can see. What he's trying to do is he's trying to get a read. This is a one-on-one in practice with his team, and he's trying to get a read on how Alexander's going to play him. So he's coming here. Now he takes that one step to the inside, as you can see, with the left foot. Now what that left foot does is it sells like he's just going to take an outside release right now, just like a crossover in basketball. If you guys play basketball, that's how you work it. Now he's going to put this second foot to the inside, but one thing I want you to notice is how well he moves his head and his shoulders to the outside, because the whole goal of this is to get him to turn his hips and open the gate, as they would call it. So it gets him to open the gate because look at this head and shoulders. He's just playing basketball. If he had a basketball in his hands, it'd be the exact same move. So 1-2, head and shoulders to the outside. Look how much weight is on this outside leg, because he's expecting Adams to just take this outside right now. So he commits his hips, turns to the inside here, and then what's he able to do? He's able to just take this inside release on him, and then he's able to work on this route. That's a great job using that hesitation move with the open field, or not an open field, but a crossover move, double move to get some separation. Let's watch this thing full speed one more time. So slide, 1-2, take the inside release. Okay, so now this is going to be the exact same hesitation move. Now it's in game. This is against the Eagles on Thursday night a couple weeks ago. And what's he going to do? He's probably been running this slant all night, and this DB wants to sit inside on it. So let's watch this thing full speed. So he comes out, one to the inside, and let's take it outside. You get him sitting on the inside, it sets up everything that we're going to do. So what does he do? He still takes that same hesitation move now. Now he just puts his left foot, so this hesitation move, what does it do? He's getting a read on this DB. How's he going to play it? Eyes are on him. Is he going to try to square up right now and get hands, get those hands off, and let's get up into this route? Or is he going to be on his heels like he is? He's on his heels. He's sitting back. He's waiting for Adams to come at him, okay, which I think is a very bad idea. So he comes out, and instead of going just left right here, left and then right, he just goes left, and he's going to explode up to the outside, because you see, he didn't commit his hips. He didn't open the gate all the way. He's still sitting inside. He's waiting for the slant. So what does he do? He just puts his foot in the ground. Let's take the outside right now. Let's kick up into second gear. He's sitting on the inside slant. He's sitting on the inside release at least. So let's take this outside release right now. Let's get some separation. That's all the separation a guy like him needs, especially with a great quarterback like Aaron Rodgers, to just drop this thing right on a dime, show those late hands. It's a great job using the same hesitation release when you want to take an inside or an outside release. It's just a mind game. At this point, when you're at this level with this guy, it's all a mind game. How can we make this guy think we're doing one thing and then we do the other? To break it down in simple terms. Let's watch this thing full speed one more time. Hesitation, left foot in the ground. Let's kick up into second gear. Let's get upfield. Let's make this catch for a great job. That's a great job by DAVANTE Adams. Okay, so now he's going to be working a 3-step release. So he's just going to go 1, 2, 3. So he's going to go right, left, right. And now I want you to see how he sells like he's going vertical with the 2 steps, or an outside release at least. So let's watch this thing full speed. So 1, 2, 3. Gets him to open up the gate. Let's catch this slant, and then let's go score. Okay, so he's coming off the line right here. There's another great release you can use when this DB's playing a little bit of this almost a catch technique, to where he's not jamming him off the line, but it's man coverage. He's waiting for him to come to him and close this gap. Okay, so he closes that gap with the first step. So 1 to the inside, head and shoulder movement, making every single move look the exact same. Head and shoulders to the inside to sell like he's just going off the left and then going vertical right now. Now, what does he do with his upper half? Again, he brings his head and shoulders back to the outside. Get this DB to open up the gate. Everybody loves to say when I post route breakdowns, they're just like, oh, well, he could have just not opened up the gate. Well, when you got a guy selling like he's going vertical so well with his head and shoulders, and he's being explosive with his feet, he's pushing off these inside arches, it's a little hard not to open the gate because they don't want to get beat over the top. So he comes off 1, 2, pushing off that inside arch. That's how you get explosive. The inside of your foot is what makes you super explosive, guys, especially off your releases. Your quick feet, if you get your feet in the ground quick and you're pushing off that inside arch, you're going to be explosive. Gets him to jump outside. He's trying to recover with this off arm. DAVANTE Adams knows all he has to do is rip underneath and just get that arm off, and then he's able to snap that head back around, get all the separation he needs, and then go score a touchdown. That all started because of off the line, guys. Let's watch this thing full speed one more time. So coming off here, 1, 2, 3. Gets him to open up that gate, catch this ball over the middle. Let's go score. Okay, so same exact release here, guys. Takes a little bit of a hesitation, but same deal. He's off the ball. Now, you could run the exact same thing from the slot. I know I got a lot of slot receivers watching this. He's off. We want to close the gap with him. He's pressing him, but he's not going to try to get hands on him. Getting hands on him is kind of a bad idea when you got a receiver this talented. We're going to break that down later in the video, his hand technique off the line. So he comes off, 1, 2, 3, gets him off, catch this ball. Let's go make this slant. So on that first step, First step here, he's one of the best at this. Reading this DB. Getting how he's going to play. Kind of slow playing it off the line. A little bit of a hesitation. See that he's backing out of there. One, again, what does he do with his head and his shoulders? He sells this thing to the inside. See, all these guys try to get too complicated with these releases in high school, I see. They have about 5 things in their head that they come up to the line of scrimmage with, and they just roll with it and they just pick. When you see DAVANTE Adams, he ain't doing all these complicated releases. He just makes everything look the exact same, and he has different variations of what he does. And that's why he's so effective. That's why he's one of the best off the line. So head and shoulders to the inside, pushing off that inside arch. Head and shoulders back to the outside to sell like he's trying to take an outside release. Get this DB to open up his hips, get him to commit to the inside, actually jump outside, and then we snap our head back around to the inside, and then catch this ball for a touchdown. Let's watch this thing full speed again. Another 3-step release. So 1, 2, 3. Head and shoulders, guys. Head and shoulders and pushing off the inside arch of your foot is going to be big for you. Okay, so now he's going to be taking an outside release. He's going to be running a vertical here. So hesitation release and that same 1-2 that we saw on the slant or the inside release like we were just watching, it's the same idea. So he could have just taken this hesitation release and gone 1 step to the inside with the right leg, but he's going to go left-right to really sell like he's going to be taking an inside release or running a slant. So let's watch this thing full speed. So it comes off, left-right. Get him to jump inside, and then let's take this outside release. Let's get his hands off of us, okay? So he comes off. He could just go right now, right leg to the inside, but he knows Lattimore's a good corner. We need a little bit more than that, okay? We got to really sell this thing. You got to mix it up. But again, 3 to 5 different things that he does, and that's it. He doesn't have 20 different releases that he comes up to the line with. So he comes off. Left, just like a crossover. He's got a basketball in this hand. That's how you could think of it. He's pushing off this inside arch. I want you to see his shin angle. That shows that he's pushing. If he wasn't pushing off of the inside part of his foot, he'd be vertical. He'd be standing straight up and down. Because he's pushing off the inside, he's in this explosive position. So again, what does he do? Head and shoulders. Look at that little jab of the head and shoulders to the outside. So 1, 2. And look at this pad level position. His head and shoulders are so far to the inside, and that's what gets Lattimore to jump outside. Now, he's taking an outside release, so he doesn't really have to worry about this left hand. All he has to worry about is this right arm, getting that right arm off of him. So he tries to recover. What does Adams do? He protects his rib cage with that elbow. He doesn't swing this thing over the top. That's a big part about getting separation off the line. Guys, we got to be able to protect our rib cage. If he tried to swim over the top, Lattimore would have recovered, popped him in the rib cage, and knocked him off his route. But because he comes underneath here, he just swats that hand off, and it's a very bad position for Lattimore to be in with one of the best receivers in the league. Let's watch this thing full speed one more time. So he's coming off. Just a crossover, guys. That's all it is. You're playing basketball with this DB. So coming off, 1, 2, head and shoulders, violent head and shoulders. Get those hands off, and then work up. Okay, so now this is going to be the exact same release, and it's going to look like he's selling a vertical, and he's going to be running a fade, and then he snaps it down and runs a hitch. So let's watch this thing full speed. So hesitation, 1, 2. Fade, 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 snap it down, get in and out of this route. Let's catch the ball. Let's get some separation. So making everything look the exact same, guys. That's how you get separation. But it starts off the line. So he takes that hesitation just like he did in the last clip, trying to get a read on this guy, seeing how he's going to play him. He's in a very glute dominant position right now. So he's backpedaling out of there. He knows he's got him. And this is a talented DB. He's not just going to give him a single jab to the inside. So coming off, 1, 2. As you can see, he goes with that left, right here. Again, look at how powerful a position this leg is in. He's pushing off that inside arch, head and shoulders to the inside, selling like he's going to take an inside release. What does he do? All of his weight is going to shift to the outside because we're quick with our feet, because we're explosive with our feet, and we get head and shoulders. Now, he's fully committed. He's pushing off this leg. He's fully committed to the outside. His head's going straight forward. That's how you get separation off the line. You look with your eyes. Now he's making this thing look like a fade and then just snaps it off right now. That's a great job using that same release, making the route look the exact same. It's not just about off the line. It's what you do within the route. I know today we're focusing on the releases, but making it all look the same for about 5 yards and then making a change happen. Let's watch this thing full speed. So hesitation, 1, 2. Playing basketball, make it look like a fade, get him to overcommit his hips, snap it down, get his hands off, and then let's go upfield and let's go score. So this is going to be like a 4-step combo off the line. Let's watch this thing full speed right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Gets off this line here, avoids the contact, and let's get upfield. So off the line here, he's taking away the outside. His hips are fully committed to the inside. A lot of people ask me, how do I run a fade if the DB's outside leverage, okay? Now, you could take an inside release, and I'm going to show you that in a second. But he comes off the line here, and he kind of gives this chatter and really sells like, I'm going to go slant right now. So he gives this chatter with his feet, 1, 2. Again, what does he do? That first step, his head and shoulders are to the outside. This DB might even be expecting slant because he's closed off the outside. His hips are completely pointing towards the middle of the field. So he maybe even wants him to go slant right now. So he goes 1-2, gets him to overcommit. He knows he's just got to beat this offhand right here, gets that hand off of him, swat chop again. What does he do? He protects his rib cage. You can really see that he doesn't let his rib cage slip up. He avoids the contact. He gets upfield, and then Rodgers puts a good ball on his back shoulder for a big time throw. That's a great job by Davante Adams taking this outside release when the DB has outside leverage and setting up this slant. That's what you got to do. If you got to take an outside release and he's got outside leverage, you better give him a move off the line to the inside to try to get this DB over the middle. Let's watch this thing full speed one more time. It's coming off. 1-2. Again, that crossover. It's not complicated, guys. He doesn't have 100 different things that he does off the line. He just does a few things, and he makes it work because nobody knows. You don't have to have 20 different releases. I can't stress that enough. Okay, now we're going to focus on his eyes and his shoulders off the line of scrimmage. That's another big part of getting separation. So let's watch this thing full speed. So he comes off. 1-2. Again, another crossover. Eyes to the inside, shoulders to the inside. So he comes off here. Here, a little hesitation, eyes. Eyes to the inside. You look one way, go the other way. This DB's fully committed to the inside now because he sees his eyes over there. He's selling like he's maybe just going to be running a drag. Now he comes over the middle. 1-2, works that same exact crossover. Again, that 1, he gives a little bit of shoulders, a little bit of head and shoulders to the outside to set up like he's just going to be running a slant right now. And then he puts this second foot in the ground right here, second foot, head and shoulders to the inside to fully make this DB think that he's committed to going over the middle, committed to running the slant. He knows he loves that hesitation move off the slant and then gets him off of him, and he still goes up to his depth and then makes a catch on this ball. That's a great job by Davante Adams using his eyes, using his shoulders, and using that same crossover move, playing basketball at this DB to set up like he's going inside, then go. It's all about making the DB think you're going one way, then going the other. It's that simple, guys. Let's watch this thing full speed. Coming off, 1-2, gets him to the inside, gets up to his depth. Rodgers gives him a good ball for a touchdown. That's a great job. Okay, so now, this is a situation where DB's going to be taking away the outside, and he's got to run a fade. Now, I talked about this before earlier, how he takes an inside release on this fade, and that's what you can do. But we got to talk about one thing that he does off it. So let's watch it full speed. So 1-2. Again, he knows he's got to beat that inside arm, and he restacks him. That's something that you got to focus on, okay? I know we're not focused on routes today, but that's something that helps with the release. So he comes off. He takes a little bit of a hesitation move right here, and same thing. He's working this crossover. Now, he sees that he's not backing out of there. He's got a strong base, so he doesn't really have that much time to work this hesitation. So he knows, I just got to go 1-2 right now off the line. So he keeps this strong base right here, 1-2. Now, he makes this 1-2 again. You can see how explosive his feet are. You can see those shin angles. He's really pushing off the inside of his feet to be explosive here. He stays in that explosive pad level position. Now, he's going to take an inside release. This guy's stepping with a good foot. He's taking away. He really wants to take away this outside right here, force him back over the inside. He's walling him with this right hand. So what does Davante Adams do? He knows he's just got to rip underneath. Again, protects that rib cage. As you can see, this is hand-to-hand combat right here, you guys. Protecting that rib cage, not ripping it over the top. Imagine if he tried to rip that off arm over the top and tried to swim over the top of him. His rib cage would be popped, and he'd be shooting back off of his route, and the DB would play this thing great. He just rips underneath, gets that hand off right here. It's got to be fast. You got to be aggressive at this point. Now he takes this inside release. Now, DB does a good job of recovering here, but what does he do? If you're going to take an inside release on a fade, you got to get position and restack him so he's on your back hip, because if you stay towards the inside here, quarterback's going to be trying to throw you. He wants to throw the ball between the number and the sideline, right? So if you're over like right on the sideline, that's a hard catch for you, and especially if he's got this outside leverage right here, it's a very, very tough throw for the quarterback, and he wants to keep it away from the middle of the field from those safeties. So you got to be able to restack him. Again, he works that hand. He works those hands throughout the route, restacks him, and now he's in a good position to work. That's a great job working this double move, just a crossover. DB does a good job of recovering here, but restacking him, guys. That's so important when we get separation off the line of scrimmage. So he goes 1-2, get those hands off, just rip underneath, protect that rib cage, restack him, work, and then Aaron Rodgers throws a great ball over the top, making a great catch. Okay, so now I want you to see this is just another one of the releases that he uses. Again, DB's off a little bit, playing this little bit of a catch technique. He's not trying to jam him right away. He wants to get a read on him, and how he's going to do that is a foot fire. So fast hands, fast feet. Let's watch this thing full speed. So fast hands, fast feet, and then he gives that same 1-2 move. So this is when I want receivers to beat the drum. So he's here. He's going to go fast hands, fast feet. Now, what is he doing? That's just another form of getting a read on the DB. He's trying to see how he's going to play it. He sees that he backs out of there. So what's he going to do? He's going to give that crossover. He goes fast hands, fast feet, left, right. head and shoulders to the outside. As you can see, this DB, you could tell by his shoulders that he's committed to the outside. Davante Adams gives aggressive head and shoulders to the inside. He tries to recover with that off arm, popping him in the face mask. He knows that when he got him in this position, he already won. This offhand doesn't even matter, popping him in the face mask. He's already committed to the sideline. He's taking this inside release, and he's able to snap his head back around, and that's all the separation you need at this level, guys. That's a great job by Davante Adams. All right, guys, I really want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Please leave in the comments any questions you guys might have or another receiver you would like to see me break down, and I'll see you guys next time.